Thursday, June 2nd, 2022. It is about 9:15 in the morning. My house is really quiet right now. The kids are all still asleep. And I wanted to do a quick update. I haven't done a video since the very beginning of COVID, and I feel so weird because I don't know, getting back into making videos. I don't know, I feel weird and I don't even know how to do it anymore. And one of the reasons I stopped doing videos was one, because it was super time consuming, and to do it on my phone, which is the excuse me, to do it on my phone. My hair, I'm sorry guys, like I just woke up and I got encouraged to do this, and so I was like, let me just do it, because if not I will never do it. To get it done on my phone, it was taking up a lot of data, and my phone didn't have that much data, and I didn't have a camera, a professional camera or anything like that. So, you know, every time I thought of making a video, I used to have a professional camera, but that got broken. So every time I started thinking of making a video, I would be like so discouraged, and I just didn't want to. I didn't know how to do it, and I didn't want to go buy a camera and have to. It was a lot of work, and then to do it on my phone the easiest way, I couldn't do it. So that's kind of what happened, and so this is my attempt to get back into YouTube now. I don't know if it'll work, if anybody still cares about me or what have you, but it's my fault because I stepped away. So COVID happened, and at that point, when we were making when it was one of the last videos that I made, we had just moved to Irving, Texas, from Laredo, Texas, and you know, the lockdown happened, and I actually so much has happened in that time frame. So it's been about 2 years now, right? And one of the first things that happened was I got, with the lockdown, I got really involved with the Patriot movement and wanting to not be in lockdown anymore, and believing that our freedoms were being infringed on, and I didn't like that. I don't have no problem with anybody doing whatever they think is best for them, but with the government trying to tell me what to do with myself and my children, that's where I had the problem. So I got really involved with that. There was like stuff like happening every day, and that was extremely exhausting and very time consuming. I did that for a good year at least. I just recently started to cut back, and in that time, I did get pregnant I got pregnant in June of 2020, and I had a miscarriage in June 2020. I was like 12 and a half weeks. So June 2020 to September 2020, I was like 12 and a half weeks. And at that point, when I did have that miscarriage, I cut back down a lot for a few months. Then I got back into the Patriot stuff. Then I got pregnant again in June 2021. July. I don't know, it was July of 2021. I can't remember. I have it all written down. I don't think about it because it really upsets me. And at that point, because I had the miscarriage, that's when I pretty much stopped all the Patriot stuff, because I didn't want to miscarry again. There was a lot of guilt that I felt because I was so running around so much with the Patriot stuff while I was pregnant. I know it's not true. I know that it's not, but I feel like because of all the stress and all the physical exertion, not that I caused it, but if I would have been taking better care of myself, I it's like what would have happened if I would have just stayed home. Anyways, and it's not my fault, but I still have those thoughts. So then, when I got pregnant again, I pretty much stopped all the Patriot stuff, but I did miscarry again, actually, and then that one actually ended up being a molar pregnancy. People say, "Oh, a molar pregnancy is not a real pregnancy." To me, it was a real pregnancy. If an egg and a sperm touch, that's a real pregnancy. And while I was having that pregnancy, I would dream of a little boy. So I'm pretty sure that's God's way of telling me that was a real person. And even though it never developed into anything, I still feel like God was letting me know, hey, this is real. And that took up a lot of time, because at first I didn't know what it was because I was bleeding, so they thought it was a progesterone because I was low progesterone, and I am low progesterone, which is why I lost the first baby in 2020. And so the first just put me on progesterone in 2021, and then later that's when they found out, when I had my 7-week ultrasound, that's when they found out that it was molar. It was like 7.5 weeks. And so I had to have a D&C, and that was in September 16th of 2021. The crazy thing is, and I have that written down, I miscarried September 16th of 2020, the year before. It's so crazy. It was like the same 2 days. So, I know those dates. I'll always remember those days forever. Then I have to keep going back. When it's a molar pregnancy, there's a risk of cancer, so I have to keep going back, until I finally was done, and they said I'm okay, and so I can have another baby again. I can get pregnant again. So we'll see what happens with that. I have 5 children. My boy Eugenio Damian is 15. He just turned 15 in March. My daughter is 11. She just turned 11 in March. And then I have a 6-year-old boy, a 4-year-old boy, and a 2-year-old boy. And they don't turn ages until November and December. So I'm still praying for another baby. I would like a girl baby, but I don't care what it is, to be honest with you. I just want a little baby, because I'm like, this 2-year-old baby, he's already getting big, and he's not going to be so cute anymore. Well, he'll always be cute, but he won't be cuddly anymore. He won't let me cuddle him, at least. My daughter, too. She really wants a sister, but she really just is like, Mama, I just don't care. I just want another baby. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll see. It's out of my hands. And, the whole time that I was having to wait to get pregnant during my molar pregnancy time, when we were going through the aftermath of it, I really didn't abstain or do anything for birth control, just so you know, because my family doesn't believe in that, and I don't want to tell you that we were super careful with that, because we weren't. I was just sort of trying to avoid the dates if I could remember to do that, and that's about all I did. And so I just got new progesterone stuff for maybe trying to conceive this month. We'll see. Hopefully it'll work out. And that's it. My kids did start going because I've homeschooled, right? So my kid, but this, because we moved in the first year that we were here in 2020, I just homeschooled regular, the way I've always been doing it. But 2021, that was going to be my 2021 to 2022 was going to be my 15-year-old's first high school year. So my husband wanted to do something more for him, because my husband has always kind of felt that I'm like not the most strictest homeschool parent because I do tend to be like more on the unschooling side. And not at first though. I worked my way up to that. Um, so through the years, I became slightly more unstructured. So my husband didn't like that. And so my husband was like, look, if he's going to go to college, and I'm like, I don't want him to go to college. It's a whole thing. My husband wants him to go. I don't want him to go. So he's like, but if he's going to go to college, he needs to be a little bit more prepared than what you've done for him. And then I did agree with that. So we put him in a hybrid private school. It's not free. I have to pay for it. But he goes, it's a really good school. I really like it. He goes Tuesdays and Thursdays for his core. And then on Mondays, there's electives. And then on Wednesdays, I think it's tutoring. I don't know. He doesn't go on Wednesday. And then on Fridays, it's like the day that they set up, like they hold for field trips and stuff like that. So I'm sorry, guys. I know it's so rude of me to drink coffee and talk on the phone at the same time with the spoon, making all this noise. And so, anyways, he goes Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then on Mondays he goes part-time. The thing with that is that it's really, really far away. That school wasn't far away when we used to live in Irving, because we were living in, that's not what happened. Well, we discovered the school when we were living in Irving. And when we were living in Irving, it wasn't far away. And we did a lot of research, and we really liked that school because that school, I had a friend whose children would go to that school. And she told me all about it. And I did interview quite a few schools, but I really liked that one. And that one was close to where we were living at the time in Irving when we picked it and when we registered for it. And then we ended up buying a house in Louisville, which is 45 minutes away from that school. And it's not like we wanted to buy a house in Irving. But this was in 2021, where the housing market was crazy, and it was during the summertime where everybody was buying a house and everybody was outbidding everybody, and the houses were ridiculously expensive. And so it wasn't planned that we would be in Louisville. It was planned that we were going to stay in Irving, because I really the two places that I really like here in the DFW area is Irving and Coppell. Irving is super both of those places, in my opinion, are super family friendly. I don't super love Louisville, but I've started to make a home here, and I've gotten involved in like activities and stuff in the area. So I kind of feel like, I don't know, I might stay in Louisville. The only thing is, I like Coppell more, only because those houses just keep going up in value, and because they are its Coppell is more centralized than pretty much any other town in the area. Centralized, close to DFW, that's what I mean. And the houses there, they don't decrease in value at all. And they have one, not that I care, but just because of how it values the house, they have one of the best school districts in Texas. I think it's like number 3 or something like that. And so that's why I would like to live in Coppell. That's my goal. God's going to give me a mansion in that town. So we'll see. Well, we won't see. I declare it'll happen. God, Jesus, in Jesus' name, he'll give it to me. Anyways, getting back to what I was saying. So now my son is stuck going to that school, which is 45 minutes away, and that's pretty hectic. We are now in summertime, thank God. But that is super time consuming. That's my point. My point here, the theme of my vlog here is time consumption. I'm very limited in time. And then, so we moved to my son started going to school in Bedford, in this school called Gracewood. And like I said, we got him enrolled and everything going before we bought our house in this town. Now things would have been totally different. And so once we moved to Louisville and my son's going to school, I'll be in this house now a year in July. So once I got my son situated at that school, shortly after, my daughter was like, well, I want to go to school too. And so I just started looking around. I ended up finding this really, really, really nice school in Denton, which is the town over, more north. I guess it's more north. Yeah, I think it's more north. Yeah, it's north. And that's 20 minutes away. But the price is wonderful. I love the price. It's like half the price of my son's school. So I ended up putting her and my Chito, who's 6, in that school. They entered late. They entered, I think, in September. And so I spent a whole lot of time driving them to and from school. They go Tuesdays and Thursdays. And, excuse me. But they really love it. But now on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm in the car minimum of 4 hours driving them back and forth. And I can't make a vlog while I'm driving here. It's not like Laredo where the traffic's really like predictable and slow and nothing ever happens. There's traffic accident after traffic accident after traffic accident. Highways, and you really have to drive, you really have to pay attention when you're driving on the highway. And the other thing is I broke my ankle back in March. And I just got my boot removed 2 weeks ago. So I was in a boot for almost 3 months. And I just went to physical therapy yesterday. And they say it's almost healed, but not yet. I still have to go to physical therapy. So that has been what has been going on. Now that summer's out, now that school's out, it's summertime, they just got out, and so I'm trying to sort out how my days are gonna go. I want to get back into the stock market. That's something that I really, really want to do. So I need to start cutting out time. Now that I don't have to be taking the kids back and forth, I need to start cutting out time to learn the stock market. Ideally, I'd like to become a day trader. Well, we shall see. I don't know how challenging that's going to be, but I bought a course back in 2020 and we started using it and it was really good. And my husband got a lot of tips and tricks and stuff from that course. And we made like a decent amount of money. Oh, I forgot to tell you. We also bought a ranch. We bought a 3-acre ranch in this town called Hubbard. It's actually right off of Hillsboro. So it's very confusing. Anyways, we did that as well. We just came back from that. We went there for Memorial Weekend. It's so fun. I love it so much. That's like, sometimes I wish I could go live over there. Sometimes, not all the time. Because I love city life as well. I don't know. I contradict myself all the time. I love them both. So my husband made a little bit of money off of that. And then he had to go back to work, and then he got out of it, and I still stayed interested in it, but I didn't do anything with it because I got so busy. Had to go back to work because COVID had shut down and whatever, and then he went back. And so he still messed with it for a while. But he ended up selling a whole lot of it. Made a decent amount of money on it, and I then kind of stopped. But now I'm getting back into it now because I think that's an interesting way to make money without me having to go out and actually get a job. And God willing, God's always provided for me. But the way things are going, I'm like, geez, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know, we're coming up to the end of the world and I need to have like a whole bunch of stuff prepared beforehand. I don't know. But either way, if any money that I do make, I'll save it for my kids for their future. And so, my son is in boxing. He's doing incredible. Hopefully in the next 6 months or so, we'll see exactly. We don't know how long, but maybe in the next 6 months or so, he can start competing. That's for the 15-year-old. And my little girl, Mia Bella, she's really incredible in art. I asked her if she wanted to do art classes just during the summer because the school year is so hectic. She said no. She doesn't want to do anything during the summer. She wants to just be on her phone all day, which I don't allow, and rest and play with her brothers and have play dates and stuff. So that's what she wants to do. And the baby's just too little, but the two other little boys, once the school year starts, I'm going to put them in baseball, and we'll see how that goes because neither of them have ever been in any type of sporting activity. But I know the 4-year-old, he's like a beast, man. He is so athletic. It's crazy. So that's where my life's at right now. I hope I didn't bore you. I know I kind of just rambled on. I wanted to get it all out. And like I said, this is my first attempt to get back into YouTubing. I don't even know how to end this video. I know that it's recording. I can see that it's recording, but I don't even know how to. I hope that I'm able to upload this because this is probably the only way I'm going to be able to make videos. Any other way was stressing me out too much. And so this is going to be just live, no editing. There's chaos. There's just going to be chaos. So that's it. I wish you have a beautiful day, beautiful week. I don't know when will be the next time I get back on, but it shall, if this works, it shall be soon. All right. God bless you. Bye. Like I said, guys, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to stop the video. Sorry, guys.